There's very few animals on the planet that bring as much excitement to hunters as a white-tailed deer. This week, Joey and I get to hunt our great state of Montana as we go after whitetails early season and late season. What's even more special is we get to hunt with two of our college boys, Bryce and Cameron, who come home to help us out on this hunt. This is one incredible hunt that you do not want to miss. I don't think he's a morning person anymore.
So it's the day after opening day, second day of hunting, and we got up here early this morning and we saw a ton of whitetail does, but we didn't see any bucks. So we sat here for a couple hours, and all of a sudden we were just sitting here visiting, and we did see one whitetail buck walking. It was too long of a shot for me, so I didn't take it, but he was undisturbed. He didn't see us or anything. The wind is kind of bad, so we aren't going to go after him. We're just going to let him go for this afternoon. Come back here tonight and see if maybe he comes out and feeds again, and if I can get a shot at him this afternoon. We're just going to kind of hang out today and see what happens tonight. It's midday, and the deer are probably bedded down right now, and so we're having to still hunt, and so we have to be very, very quiet walking through this part of the forest. We're headed to a water hole right now, and so we're just having to walk really quietly to get to the water hole, and then we're going to just sit down and glass for a while, and hopefully something will come out, and we'll be able to take a shot. After sitting there all afternoon and not seeing anything, a great buck came in, but he was a little out of range, so Erin decided to try to call him in.
Hey, look what he's doing. He's coming right to us.
That buck started to come into those doe calls. The good news was he was getting closer and closer. The bad news was we were running out of legal shooting light.
Joey and I decided to come to this little piece of land that we both enjoy hunting. It's not a very big piece, but there's some deep coulees, and it's about 11:30 in the morning, so most of the deer are bedded down. We're hoping we can catch maybe a big buck bedded in one of these draws. What we'll do sometimes is pick up some rocks and throw them in these brush piles, trying to spook some of the deer out. Because these whitetails, if they don't think they're seen, they will stay very still. So sometimes you got to kind of get them out of their beds. So these are your friends. After not seeing any deer walking those coulees, we decided to head back up to the higher country to see if we could catch a whitetail buck out feeding. And wouldn't you know it, right away we looked over on the hillside and there was a great whitetail buck feeding all by himself. That following week, Joey and I decided to change up tactics, and that was to bring one of our college kids home so he could do the hunting. Hopefully, he would change our luck a little bit. Yeah, he's looking down. How steady are you? Only if you're completely steady. It's a long shot. Okay, you got one in? He's the one to the right. He's right in between the trees. Now the doe's walking, he's standing. Now he just flicked his tail, now he's walking. We have to put that second bubble right on him. Okay. It is. He's right by the tree. Boy, that shot of Cameron's happened so fast, both of us lost the buck and didn't know what happened to it. But after reviewing the footage, it was a perfectly placed shot and that buck went right down in his tracks. What's that? You're going the right direction. Dude, I think he's right up by that fence line. I know he's over here somewhere, dude. What's that? You see him? Oh. Hold on. Looky there. Man, there's nothing wrong with him, buddy.
He's a low guy. It's tight though.
He has huge eye guards. Look at that one eye guard, though.
This bad girl. Look bigger. Oh, look.
That following weekend, we were lucky enough to have one of our other sons home from college, Bryce. And that very first morning, we were set up on the hillside, and a great buck was coming on in.
I came home for the weekend to come hunting with my dad, and I am now in college, so I don't get to hunt that much. And so we came up and we saw a few deer before daylight, so we kind of kept our eyes on them. And then right when daylight hit, I took a shot, lucky enough to hit him, so now we're just gonna go look for him. Not bad at all. I'm
Look
happy.
at that.
Look at this. You broke that off some fighting this year. Just my shot. Oh.
Good job, bud.
Thanks.
Proud of you, my man.
That was a perfect shot. He only went about 50 yards, man. You happy with this guy? I am very happy. He's a good buck. He's gonna eat good. Nice job. We were fortunate enough to find this deer. This whitetail actually has a broken point. During the rut, they get feisty and they like to fight, show their dominance. But after I shot, my dad and I gave it about 10 to 15 minutes. Tracked throughout the coulee, looking for blood spots, and here we are.
So Bryce, tell us, when was your first, or not your first deer? You haven't been hunting in a while.
2 years.
In a couple years. When was your last buck, if you can remember?
Sophomore year of high school, maybe junior year.
So it's been
But
a few years since
3
you
to
got a
4
buck.
years, yeah.
Yeah. Was your last buck with a bow or a rifle?
Bow?
I think so
It
too.
was bow.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is actually the biggest whitetail that you've ever shot.
Tie. Oh, yep, it is the biggest one. Mm-hmm.
I'm proud of you, buddy. Congrats.
Thank you.
You know, a couple weeks later, I got to go out and do some hunting for myself. We had a big winter storm roll through Montana, and so I figured that would kind of pick up the deer activity. And man, did it ever. There were bucks running all over the place. So I just decided to be patient, stay in that area, and hoped that one would come close enough for a shot. Well, we're here in Montana. You can see we got a little bit of snow. Snow came in a couple of days ago, which actually helped some of the deer activity. You can tell I had to lay in the snow today because right at daylight we had a handful of deer around us, and this buck walked out all by himself. He didn't chase a doe. He didn't chase the smaller buck off. He was just kind of feeding. And I believe it's a buck I've been watching for the last 2 weeks. And I missed this buck 2 weeks ago. And I've seen him a couple days and I haven't had a chance to get him. And my wife finally showed up today and she did some killer camera work. Wait till you see what she got on film. But one shot, this buck went down. He's right down here in this coulee, so we're gonna go check him out. With all these little nubs, he actually has 7 points on each side, which he's not the biggest whitetail I've ever shot. He's a good, mature whitetail. I am extremely proud of him. He has all these little nubs here, though. This is the same area where my dad shot his buck this year, and both of my boys shot their whitetails. So 3 generations of took 4 incredible whitetails this year. Extremely blessed and happy for this guy, and the meat's gonna go to a very, very incredible place in our hometown. Check this out. So today is kind of a cool day. We're heading up to my friend Sean Dawson, who owns Timberland Taxidermy, and he's been a friend of mine for years. We grew up in the same hometown, and so I take all my work to him. He does a fantastic job with taxidermy. We're actually going up there today because he has partnered up with the Montana Food Bank Network. Sean also processes wild game, and so with this partnership with the Montana Food Bank Network, hunters can come in and donate their animals or donate money, and then that venison gets distributed to families who sign up for this program through different agencies throughout Montana. In the last 2 years, this program has helped distribute over 80,000 pounds of wild game. So that's pretty incredible. So we're gonna go up today, meet with the director of the Salvation Army, and give them some venison from not only my deer, but from some other hunters here in Montana.
My name is Jeannie Corwin. I'm the Director of Social Services for the Great Falls Salvation Army. Here in Great Falls, we are very thankful for the Hunters Against Hunger. I don't think they realize the impact it has on our families. We average about 100 families a week providing meals for those families, and with the help of the hunters, we are able to provide extra meals for those families every day. And the families are very, very thankful because it provides a couple extra meals with meat on the table for them. So any of the help and meat that we get goes straight from the hunters into our freezers and out the door with the families. Very, very appreciative.
Hunting season means different things for different people, but for us, it's about spending time in the great outdoors with our friends and our family. We both understand that as our kids get older, these moments are few and far between, so we cherish every moment we have with our kids. And at the end of the day, that's really what it's all about. Family. Thank you for watching this week. We look forward to seeing you next week on Giving Back.
Are we good?